Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So last time we saw Krishna giving a very simple answer to why we don't do what we should be doing or do what we should not be. He said simple, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha. Now, this Kama, Krodha or any emotion, in other words, can sometimes, give you a frozen identity, becomes part of your ahankara, your identity. We all know in India, the angry young man in the movies. The original one is 80-year-old now, 80 plus. Okay. So that becomes some sort of an identity, this is me, Yeah. I'm the badass guy here. So, sometimes it goes a bit extreme, okay, which becomes a little bit more major issue. Sometimes a simple Kama, Krodha, like they say, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, etc., which becomes the problems, okay. Problem means what? In your functioning, okay. And he gives a very good example here. How much of it is a problem? Okay, how much? You have something similar in Zen and Tai Chi also. Qigong and Zen, we have something similar, which I will tell you after I do this verse. Okay. Dhume navriyate vannihi yatha darsho malinena cha yatha ulambane avrutta garbha tatha tenam avrutam. This can cover you, he says. Meaning, Kama and Krodha can cover you, creating a problem. How does it cover? Like the smoke engulfing the fire. You are lighting a fire, wood fire, and there is smoke around it. What does it take? What does it take for the smoke to go away, and so that you can see the fire very, very clearly? What does it take? Just a passing puff of air, no? There is no real passing puff of air, or you just fan it, it goes. Okay. Or he says, Adarshe malayenacha, like a mirror covered by dust. So some sort of polishing is required. Some sort of dusting, polishing is required. Or like a baby, a fetus in the womb. Garbha, ulambana, the fetus covered in the womb. The amniotic sac, the amniotic fluid, everything. Rubbing is not going to solve the problem. You have to wait 9 months for the baby to come out. It takes its time. See, similarly, your Kama, Krodha, etc. can be a mild issue. Like smoke and fire. A whiff of the breeze of the Shastra is enough to take care of it. Some learning, enough. Some vichara, both ho gaya. Or it may be like the mirror and the dust. So some sort of cleaning up, polishing, some sadhana is required. Or like the fetus in the womb. Karma yoga, effort, patience, time. Okay, that's all he says. The thing is, at any level you can deal with it. Your strategy will change. Okay. Handling an emotion, you're irritated or something, you can dismiss it. You're in a furious rage. Hey, calm down, calm down. Go walk away. A few things have to be done for that. Go punch a bag. Yeah. So same way here. Something simple or something this. So in Qigong or Zen we say the same thing. Like a line on water. You draw a line on water. How long does a line last? A line on the sand until the tide comes in and takes it out. A line on the rock. Oh, that will take some years to work on. So same way here he says. Now what is the covering? What is covering what? That also has to be clarified. So he says, Avritam jnanam etena jnaninaha nitya vairinaha kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena analena cha. He says, Avritam jnanam etena. Jnanam. Jnanam here is jnana sadhanam. Jnanam here means jnana sadhanam, your mind, your powers of reasoning, etc. Okay? That is etena, by this it is covered. It is not that the Atma is covered by your desire, etc., etc. Atma is limitless, it can't be covered by anything. But your mind, okay, your sense of I, that can be covered. Okay? Jnaninaha nitya vairinaha. Therefore, jnaninaha. Jnaninaha here meaning the student, potential jnanis. For them, they keep this as an enemy. Exaggeration to highlight the importance of it. Jnanena nitya vairinaha. Kamarupena kaunteya. What is that? Kamarupaha is your desire. Why? Why is the desire a problem? He says, Dushpurena adanayena cha. It's like a fire. You can't satisfy a desire by feeding it. Important to see. I just have half a dozen desires. I'll fulfill it, I'll be fine. So in the process of fulfilling it, you'll pick up half a dozen more. How many desires have we fulfilled from the time we remember? 4 years old, 4, 5, we have memories. No? 4, 5 definitely you'll have memories. Before that may not be there, but 4, 5 definitely you'll have. How many desires have been fulfilled? Yeah. Yeah, countless. One more is always there. No? Yeah. So, it's endless. Yeah. Even though there are times when a desire is so strong, you will say, Lord, give me this, I will not ask you for anything else. And the Lord give it to you. So when will you stop asking God? Will you keep up to that and say, I'll never ask God again? I told you the story of those 2 boys, my friend's children, who came and met me in Rishikesh. They were staying in Mussoorie at that time. You remember the story? And we went out for dinner. Yeah. So the father is asking, बेटा बराबर खाया? हाँ बराबर खाया. अभी नहीं बोलेगा ना भूख लगता है करके? नहीं नहीं अभी नहीं. पूरा 1 घंटा नहीं बोलेगा. Growing kids naturally will feel hungry. Then we came out of the hotel and by the side they have an ice cream parlor. Ice cream खाएगा? हाँ पापा ice cream खाएगा. There's always place. So that is how we are as far as desire is concerned. When is it enough? I mean, you may say enough in one area by some sort of reasoning. Yeah. You know, most of us have what I would call an inhibited desire. what is an inhibited desire? How many of you here would like $1 million? Everyone. How many of us are willing to work for it? Can you see what I am saying? That desire is inhibited. There is only so much you are willing to do for it. Or to give a more little cruder but effective example, two guys at a party, especially college parties, get-togethers. Hey, you like that girl? Go and talk to her. Na? I like her. Go talk to her then. Yaar, chappal girega kya hai? You'll get whacked. I don't want to talk. Yeah, the desire is there, but it's inhibited by your own whatever fears, this, that, whatever. Therefore, kama esha, krodha esha, jnanam avrutam. Okay. Kama rupena kaunteya dushpurena. Never. Yeah, that's why it's always compared to a fire, etc. Because by feeding the fire, you're not going to put out the fire. Yeah. So, big deal. That is why you have a life of karma yoga. That is why you have to shift from your desire to your sense of priorities. See, many people, I've seen many teachers also, Vyavasayatmika buddhi, they will take it as deciding moksha is your goal. Yes, that is true. But remember, it is talked in connection with karma yoga. Therefore, it is important to shift from desire to priorities. Yeah, it is important to make that shift. Because then you are managing your desires well. Yeah. Because you will find there are 10 desires for one priority. Therefore, if you get that priority fulfilled through any one of them, you are fine. You are fine. Yeah. So that's important to see that. Yeah. Then there is no issue. Because as long as I have a sense of finitude, desire is natural, desire is common. After that desires become non-binding in nature, just become fancies. Yeah. Yeah. As I said, na, the Punjaban Mahatma and the South Indian Mahatma, क्या खाएगा? इडली खाएगा या पराठा खाएगा? And the choice is obvious, na? Who will choose what is obvious? Yeah. Why? Because it's a preference, what you are used to. It's your background. Yeah. Because it is not that after you know the truth, all of you become carbon copies of each other. A variety of differences. Even teachers also you will find that. Some came from a liberal background, therefore they are liberal. Some came from a more orthodox background, therefore there is some orthodoxy. But neither the liberal nor the orthodoxy is a conditioning for them. They can drop it when they want to. Then you are fine. It's a conditioning, it becomes a problem. Then it becomes a problem to know the truth and own it up in your life also. Yeah. That's why when you meet some of these Mathadhipatis, Mahamandaleshwas, etc., they came from a very orthodox background. Therefore, their lifestyle is orthodox. Because that's what they are comfortable with. But they are okay with others also. Okay, yeah. With other things, other people, they are okay with that. Okay, yeah. Their followers may not be okay. They are okay. Their followers may insist it has to be like this, like this, like this. Like those of you who are coming for the camp, may have got a email from the ashram, no? Those of you who are registered for the camp, have you all got an email from the ashram? So is there a dress code mentioned there? Avoid shorts, avoid. Yeah. It is not a problem with the person who is taking the camp. It is not a problem with the head, the original heads of Puja Swamiji. It's not a problem with the present heads, Sakshaji. It's a problem of some of the others who are there. Yeah. So, those things will happen. Yeah. Why? Because, yeah. Okay. Then he says, all right. Okay. Then he says, all right, if this is your enemy and you have to deal with it, he's talking warrior language, what is your strategy? What is the base of operations for this character? Find out the base of operations and knock him out, no? Yeah. Destroy his base only. He can't operate from anywhere after that. Yeah. All right. So he says, Indriyani mano buddhihi atsya adhishthanam uchyate eter vihuyatyeshaha jnanam avritya dehinam. Base of operation, we always think it is the heart, your emotions. Indriyani manas buddhihi. Sense organs. The heart can desire only what the eye has seen. No? Do you have a desire for what is there in my bag? You don't know what is there in my bag. How can you desire it? Samji, knowing you, it must be something nice. You don't know. I may have a snake inside it. Sadhu ka jhola hai, be scary, careful. Yeah, you know what may be there. Yeah. So, unless you are aware of something which your sense organ reports to you, how can you have a desire? You see people walking on the road, especially in a shopping area or something. What will catch their hands? Sometimes it may be the shopper. Another shopper, I mean. Catches their interest. एक झलक जो देख लिया राही वहाँ ही रुक गया. Indriyani, sense organ first. They have to report to you. Only then can your mind be attracted to it. No? And buddhi, he says, why? The buddhi has to agree with it, not justify it. No? See, unless your head says it's good for you, the heart will not desire. Remember my awareness wheel of communication? Sense data? Then thinking. What do you think about it? What do you think about what you are saying? Wow. Merwan's cake shop, yeah, that chocolate cake there, it is out of this world. Merwan's not very well known, but it's a fantastic brand which has branches in Andheri and Chembur. In 1983-84, I took a bunch of Australians to eat their pizza, and they said this is as good as what we are getting in Australia. I am talking about 83-84. Okay, so you can imagine how they consistently not only maintained the quality, improved it. Wow! Look at all the arguments I am giving you. Hey, this is great, yaar. This is really fantastic. then the emotion, the desire will come up, isn't it? So without your sense data coming in, without your thinking coming in, that will not desire. Okay, therefore he says, Etaihi vimohiteshaha. By this the person is deluded. Why? Jnanam avritya dehinam. Jnanam, jnana sadhanam. Now all your intellect, your learning, the fact that you are on a diet, that you are diabetic, your weight control, all that, what has happened to all that? Covered. It is there. Covered by what? Kamena. Chocolate cake. For the Dehi, for the person, Dehi meaning the person. The Dehi's intellect is now covered with all this. Simple. This is true whether it is a chocolate cake or anything else. A cake, a dress, a house, a person, call it what you want. You think you will fall in love with the person as the person is? The person appears lovable because of your projections. What is there in your psyche? Yeah. This is called Shobhana Adhyasa in Vedanta. There is an objective, there is an object. You are very objective about it. On that, you superimpose certain things. Hey, this is like this is like that, it will make me so happy, it's so great. Yeah. And all our life is lived like that. No? Chocolate cake because Christmas time, okay? Who looks at a chocolate cake and says, oh, cake, there's eggs, flour, etc., chocolate, all that mixed up in it. Yeah, it tastes very good. You got the taste of chocolate and sweet and things like that. It's also high calories, etc. Is that how you look at a cake? And are these the thoughts playing in your mind? Are you looking at it objectively? One slice of that is 400 calories. That will put my diet completely off. Nobody is looking at it objectively. Yeah. Hey, what a beautiful flower. Belongs to the family of roses. The Latin name I don't remember. Okay, it is red in color. Is that how you look at a rose? That's not how you look at a rose, no? You always add something, some color to it. Yeah. Nobody lives in the world as it is. We live in the world that we have made it out to be. That's why you go to a vegetable shop, a vegetable vendor, forget a big shop, vendor. Who will eat all this stuff? He has kept there. Bhopla, kuch taste nahi, kuch nahi, white bhopla. Who will eat it? Ask the South Indian. At least once a week he has to cook it. And probably they were, Karela. Or the muli, who will eat muli? The South Indian saying, muli kaun khayega? You can't even cook it properly. You can't. Somebody else likes it. Why is he selling those sticks? All those sticks, knobby sticks, why is he selling that? Drumsticks. Moringa. Supposed to be superfood, no? I mean, you go, you see these different things and you wonder who buys them. But he's smart. He knows there's always a buyer for it. If there's no buyer, he wouldn't be keeping it. He's smart. Meaning what? Culturally, emotionally, individually, We have added a value to it. Yeah. Someone who likes Italian food will look at garlic and says, hey, that will be great for my pasta. A Tambram looks at this thing, yo, garlic. Tamasic food, Baba, I should not buy it. Even in spite of all the Ayurvedic doctors saying it is sattvic except for the aphrodisiac quality, it has got everything else is wonderful about it. In spite of that, cultural conditioning so strong. Indriyani mano buddhi. This is how you are looking at the world. So many people fall for these investment scams. Double your money in 3 months, that, etc. Click on this and you get to know the details, and people will click. Why? Because the desire is there in you, get rich quick. There's a hook in you, you get hooked. Yeah. How many people who are well past the marriageable age will read the matrimonial columns in a newspaper? अरे यार past age, देख लीजिएगा जरा. What is the scene nowadays? I'm talking newspaper because I don't know all the apps that you all register on, okay? Yeah. What is it called? Hinge and something I've heard about. I don't know. Yeah. I thought maybe I should look. Dating apps, Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, yeah, there. Youngsters will tell me. I thought I should see what it is about. Then they said, no, but you have to register on it. I said, thank you. To see what it is about, I have to register. Yeah. See meaning? Yeah, what is happening in the society? What's happening in the society? I always make it a point to be current in those things. But what I am trying to say is, this is how you get hooked. Yeah. Even after you have a boyfriend, you're still there on Tinder. Why? No, that's an old one. That's an old thing. I have not taken it down. That's all. I have not taken my profile down. I have not taken my profile down. It's an old one. But you visited it last night. होता है. It's normal. Okay, I won't put it I won't look at these things as deal breakers. This is part of the game of life. One has to learn to handle all this. Yeah, handle all that. That's all. Because indriyani mano buddhi, jnanam avritya. Your intellect, your reasoning, your objectivity is covered by all this. That's all. By your own desire. होता है. All right, what is my way out of it? What is the way out of it then? There must be some way out of it, no? Simple, he says. Tasmatvam indriyanyado niyamya bharatarashavah papmanam prajihi yenam jnana vijnana nashanam. Simple, he says. Simple. Tasmat tvam adau indriyani niyamya. Hey Bharatarashava, best among the Bharatas. First what? Little bit mastery over the sense organs. You can't prevent the sense organs from reporting things to you. You can prevent yourself from responding instinctively to them. Sense organs that report to you, you can't control. You should not be controlling. Well, you need input from the world. No? Maximum you can do is what? Don't keep the illegal, immoral, fattening things at home. That's all you can do. I don't bother about that. There's always some chocolate in my fridge. And thanks to my friends who come from abroad, they keep giving me also. Like Ananta gave me a nice big pack of chocolate. 24 pieces. 20 are still surviving. 2 weeks back, right? It's okay, not a problem. So that is the control we are talking about. Simple. Don't say nobody can eat just one. Of course you can eat just one and be happy with it. See, complete avoidance is easy. And in the beginning it may be necessary also. Okay? Ado niyamya, he says. Then what? Then deal with it here. So the problem is here, na, you have justified it. You have given it certain qualities which it doesn't have. अरे क्या मजा आता है ना chocolate खाने में. How happy you feel, the burst of flavors in your mouth, the smooth texture, the lingering aftertaste. You want me to describe? I'll describe all that. Very awareful. Yeah, it'll make me so happy to have it. Help me have one. Then it doesn't stop at one. If this is how you have been thinking, it doesn't stop. So you have to be aware this all is there. And then, okay, revade. Yeah. At your age, you better be careful of your health, etc. Therefore, limit it. Here, thinking. Here is where you correct the whole issue. Because your emotions will change only when your thinking changes. So, classically, this is simple vichara, okay? What I am talking about now is simple vichara. But chocolate is good for health, na? Yes, chocolate is good for the heart if it is dark and small quantities. 1 piece a day is good. 20 grams, that is good. Do you stop at 1 piece a day? Yeah, then it is very good, eat it. Yeah. Yeah, then it is good, no issues. Have it like that. Yeah. So, a lot of things are good for you. In fact, according to Ayurveda, your food should have all the tastes, including sweet. Sweet is more in terms of carbs, okay? Sweet need not be in terms of sugar, more in terms of carbs. Okay? Yeah. Or a fruit. So, there it is. So, this is all normal vichara that will help you handle the whole thing. What if it has become a fascination? What if it has become a fascination? Because sometimes you are fascinated by something. You know, it sort of almost becomes obsessive in your thinking. So, this is where this concept is there in all Oriental religions, okay? We call it Pratipaksha Bhavana. Paksha and Pratipaksha. Paksha is one standpoint. Pratipaksha is the opposite standpoint. So, if my standpoint is extreme, I will take the opposite extreme standpoint. You feel money is everything, yaar. Money can buy me happiness, money can buy me love, money can buy extreme viewpoint. So, you take the opposite viewpoint, that money is nothing. That money can buy you everything in life is an extreme viewpoint. Money is nothing is another extreme viewpoint. The truth is in between. But my mind has swung to one extreme, so I push it to the other extreme, so it will come to a balance. There are books written like this. Like Bhajagovindam is a book, classical book like this. Bhajagovindam is very popular and I have also seen in some organizations they take it as very factual. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tasya sukhesha satyam sukalesha satyam. Artham, money, anartham, useless. There is no joy in it. Okay, no joy in it, now give it to me. I will show you how I can be joyful with it. No, because your mind has taken an extreme viewpoint and another extreme viewpoint. Yeah. Because your mind is obsessed with it. So you're showing the other extreme. Our mind is, oh, okay. There are a lot of verses like this. Kate kanta dhanagata chinta vastula kim tava nasti niyanta. What is all this worry about my wife, my family? Is there not an order in the universe that takes care of things? That doesn't mean you should not take care. There's an order that takes care of it. But you are so obsessed and worried about this, you take the other point. Hey, Lord takes care of things, forget it. Are you getting the idea? It's not presenting the truth, it is presenting the opposite viewpoint. Nari sthana bharana bhidesham drishtva maga mohavesham etan mamsa vikaram etat chintaya varam varam. Looking at a beautiful woman, because that was addressed to a lot of men there. Okay? Looking at her navel, looking at her breast, etc. Don't get overcome by your passion. Just don't come overcome. There's a thing, not saying don't be appreciative, okay? Don't get overcome by passion. Why? It's all nothing but flesh and bone and skin and fluids. That's all that is there. So do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is nothing but flesh and skin? If you are obsessed with your body, then that is a standpoint to take. If you are obsessed with body beautiful, you are a bodybuilder, always looking. You can't pass a mirror without flexing your muscles. Haven't you seen people like that? I know people like that. Moving on a car and this thing also. Let's say. I have all sorts of friends, okay? And I keep it like that so that I know exactly what's happening in the society. All the nonsense that goes on.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
what is, I'm still not here, what's the difference between Pratipaksha and Vipareet?
Pratipaksha is the opposite standpoint.
And when you say Vipareet, sometimes confused.
Paksha and Pratipaksha. Pratipaksha is the opposite.
No, Vipareet Bhavna.
Beg your pardon?
Vipareet.
What?
Vipareet.
So-
Vipareet Bhavna.
Viparita bhavana. Okay. Viparita bhavana is used slightly differently. Here it is used more as Pratipaksha bhavana. Yeah. So this is where it is. Yeah. Because if you take one as the truth, there can be a counter for it. Okay, this happened many years ago. I don't know why I suddenly remembered it. Okay. Many years ago when I was a college student. Physics lab. A beautiful girl walks in and I say, wow, she is beautiful. So there is a demonstrator, an assistant teacher like, relax man, she's 75% water. I said, yes sir, but look at the surface tension. Now that guy didn't know what to say. He started laughing. I was just being appreciative, nothing more. I already had a girlfriend. What I am trying to say is, either one is not the truth. Yeah. It's an appreciative comment, fine. Hey, something is beautiful, something is beautiful. You don't have to say it's ugly. A rose is beautiful, appreciate it. Not an issue. This is when you are obsessed with it, you want it and you want it now and you want it at any cost, and then you need the Pratipaksha Bhavana, not otherwise. Yeah, then otherwise. Yeah. Are you getting the idea? So the Pratipaksha Bhavana is only for obsessive cases. Yeah. Simple desires, vichara, you put it in perspective and see, okay, should I go for it, should I not go for it? Is it in harmony with my priorities? Yes, then go for it. What's wrong in it? Desire by itself is not the problem. Desire becomes a problem if it prevents me from knowing the truth. Are you getting the idea? You have a love for music. Should a love for music prevent you from knowing the truth? Only if you are missing too many classes because there are too many concerts going around. Once in a way I can understand. That's why I do all the recording and all and put it up. Once in a way understandable. More than once in a way also understandable if you are a professional. Like today Shraboni is not there. Why? Because there is a concert in honor of Zakir Hussain who died. Yeah. So she, as a professional she has to be there, understandable. And she has done the Gita with me anyway. This is the second or third round. Okay, yeah. So entirely different. So the Pratipaksha Bhavana comes in only in cases of obsession, because you will hear about it. It is there in Buddhist literature, it is there in Taoist literature also, there in Tibetan literature. Yeah. Now sometimes a desire that you can get obsessed with, or very it takes you, may not be an obsession, it may be in a healthy level, but it is very strong. Very strong. Then, and if it is in harmony with your priorities, if it is, as Krishna will say later in the 11th chapter, dharma aviruddha, not opposed to dharma, then go for it with the karma yoga buddhi. With the karma yoga buddhi, go for it. You will need to go for it, only then you can take care of it. If vichara, pratipaksha bhavana, etc. is not taking care of it, then go, get it. Indulge in that. With the right attitude, Ishvara, Arpanam, Prasada Buddhi, etc., that will help you grow out of the whole thing. Denial is not a method for growth. Indulgence alone is not a method for growth. It is a controlled indulgence. With the right attitude, they will help you grow out of it. Yeah. All this, there are very beautiful ideas. There was a poet called Bhartrahari. He has written 3 groups of 100 verses called Shatakams. One is Niti Shatakam, about justice, law, order, etc. One is called Shringara Shatakam. The Shatakam, 100 verses in terms of beauty, passion, love, etc. And the third Shatakam is called Vairagya Shatakam, 100 verses in terms of Vairagya. Why? I followed order, dharma, I indulge in things in keeping with dharma, etc. Now I got my Vairagya out of the whole thing. My dispassion, everything is there. I have grown out of it. Therefore, that controlled enjoyment. Okay. Though there are some Pratipaksha Bhavana, etc. coming in all these Shatakams also. So be careful if you are going to read it. Because now everything is available on the net. So I had to strike notes of caution also. Especially with respect to Pratipaksha Bhavana and Bhaja Govindam. People take it as God's truth. Because M.S. Subbalakshmi sang it and Swami Chinmayanji gave an introduction to it. And the first couple of verses he translated. So, live recording is available. So because of that, people take it as God's truth. It is not God's truth. It is not one. In fact, Swamiji in his book writes that. Swami Chinmayanji himself, who's written a book on that, right? It's Pratipaksha Bhavana. But people forget that part of it and take that as the truth. Then you have a problem. Yeah. That okay, therefore this is where it is, he says. That's how you handle that.
Swamiji?
Yeah?
Swamiji, but in the case of, say, an adharmic
Yeah,
desire,
yeah.
so their controlled intelligence would...
Yeah, there you need a certain amount of control, etc. And to channelize that passion that is there into healthy expressions.
I see.
Yeah. Simple. You are attracted, I mean, how many, okay, all adults here, so I can say it. How many times have you felt passionate towards your partner, but the fire was lit by someone else? How many times has this happened? For all of us, no? I mean, come on, we are human. Let's call a spade a spade. The fire of passion was lit by somebody, but I channelized it. Instead of doing something there, I came to my partner and we had a wonderful experience. Good. Right way of dealing with it. Yeah. So, there it is adharmic, here it is not adharmic. No? It was triggered off there, but now I am expressing it in a healthy manner with my partner in life. So, fine. Yeah. So, there is nothing wrong in that. Yeah. Yeah. So, that is how you channelize it. Yeah. You want $1 million? Work for it. Come on. Don't hijack a bank. Don't rob a bank. Yeah. So, very often dharma, adharma is connected with your action, with how you're expressing it, how you're doing it. As long as that is fine, you are fine. Yeah. And these things doesn't depend upon, this type of desire coming up doesn't depend upon whether you are married or not, whether you have a partner or not, whether the person is good looking or not, whether the person you are attracted to is good looking or not. It happens in 100 different manners. You have to learn to deal with it. Yeah. That's why when people come and ask me and say they want to be full time into Vedanta, the first question I ask them is, have you fallen in love? At least once in your lifetime. If it is no, not fit, go fall in love and come back. Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about? Oh, one with humanity, etc. You don't know to love one person. But Swamiji, does that mean if you can love 100%, I can be more in love in harmony with humanity? No, that's also not true. If you know what love is, you can't love 100 people. Yeah. A few you can. By love I mean I am expanding it from more than mere romantic love. Okay. So a few you can, but you can't. Yeah. Swamiji, love should be unconditional. You need a lot of spiritual growth to be able to love unconditionally. As long as healthy, enlightened self-interest, it's fine. Yeah. Unconditional से बात कर रहा है. Most people who say talk about unconditional love, it remains only at talk level. Yeah. Nothing more than that. It takes a lot of growth to love unconditionally. Very few people get that. Yeah. That's why I have this problem all the time. Swamiji, he is not the man I married. He's changed so much. So I look at the guy, what happened? 20 years he has been changing me only. This was not right, that was not right, that was not right, this was not right. So I changed. I thought I'll make her happy by changing. It's not only in romantic relationship. I've seen this between one mother and daughter. Okay, the daughter is now 45. This happened when the daughter was 25 or something. The mother is keeping on pushing, prodding. Okay. The daughter is asking me, what can I do about it? I said, you have to get your independence. Your mother will not stop until she will not be happy until she has made you a version of her. And the daughter is smart. He says, even then she will not be happy because she is not happy with herself. This was because they are real life example. In this case, it happens to be mother and daughter. I have seen it between father and son also. Business families, etc. We see a lot of that. Yeah. All this is karma. And if this is your thinking and this thing, and then you say, I want to know the truth. I want to know the one reality behind me, world and God. Revade. Don't talk to me about all that. Handle these things first. Yeah, that's where the whole thing comes in. Okay. Okay. Okay, now he makes a statement because of which this is the final step in mastering that mind. Final step in getting over the desire. This is not the first step. First step is all the first few steps are all that I talked about. Okay. After that, what? Okay. Indriyani paranyahu indriyebhyah param manaha manassu para buddhi buddhehe parastu saha. Indriyani paranahu. Your sense organs are superior to the world of objects. Why? Because it is the sense organ that reports the world to you. You can turn it off. I have a weakness for sweets, therefore I will not keep sweets at home. There is no contact now between the sense and the. Therefore, indriyani paranahu, they are superior. Indriyebhyah param manaha. The sense organ, hey, I want it. Mind, no. Your mind is more powerful. If the mind doesn't cooperate with the sense organs cannot do anything. Manastu para buddhi. Your mind may want certain things, but your educated intellect, your reasoning can change that. Your thinking can change how you feel about things. Remember second chapter, the distorted thinking and things like that? Your thinking can change how you feel about something. Therefore, buddhi is superior. Sense organ controlled by the mind by an act of will. Mind directed by your reasoning, your thinking, changed by your thinking. And buddhehe parastu saha. What is greater than the buddhi? I, the consciousness. I, the consciousness is superior, no? Because without I, the consciousness, is there thinking? Is my intellect, reasoning, buddhi capable of thinking if I, the consciousness, is not there? Therefore, really speaking, sense organs, mind, your emotions, your reasoning, all of them are dependent on the consciousness. I am independent of the three. Isn't that a fact? The consciousness is beyond the body, mind, etc. The consciousness is in and through the body, mind, etc. also, isn't it? It's important to understand this. From the consciousness you can negate body, mind, etc. Consciousness still is. And when the body, mind, etc. is there, consciousness still is. They are not, one doesn't disappear when the other is there. No? Body is there, the I, the consciousness disappear. Now, when I am with body identification, I don't know the consciousness. You can know the consciousness and still be identified with the body because you are functioning with the body. That much identification can be there. How can a wise person teach if he says, I have no connection with the body? Words will not come out. So, when the body, mind and buddhi is there, I consciousness is there. When they are not there also, I consciousness is there. That's why consciousness becomes Satyam, body, mind, etc. becomes Mithya. But we find it difficult to take this stand because we are too caught up in our comfort zone. I always say this. We are too comfort oriented. One of the biggest problem of modern civilization is comfort orientation. But Swamiji, what about in olden time? People lived luxurious lives. Yeah, but there was no comfort orientation. Luxury need not always mean comfort orientation. You can live a luxurious life and work out for 2 hours every day. That working out is comfort orientation. I don't like to work out. I'll diet a little bit, but no exercising. That is comfort orientation. Yeah. Like I went to Delhi, people are already wearing sweaters and things like that. What is the temperature? 24 degrees. 24 degrees is what you keep your AC in. AC in Bombay is 24 degrees. In AC in your homes, comfortable living temperature is about 24 degrees, 22 degrees. Your car AC is 22 degrees. Then why do you need sweaters and things like that when the outside temperature is 22 degrees? Tell me. It's cold. Winter has started. I must be comfortable. And the tragedy is people wear sweaters in Bombay. Narayana. Bombay there is hot and less hot. That's all. There is no winter in Bombay. Hot and less hot. That's all. Like now, less hot. Afternoon temperature was some 30 degrees or something. That's less hot because it goes up to 37, 38, 40 also sometimes. Are you getting the idea? Because we are so comfort oriented, we cannot see ourselves as independent of the whole thing. But once you see yourself as independent of the whole thing, then from that standpoint, how do you handle? How does the desire, etc., gets automatically handled? Automatically it gets handled. Effortlessly it gets handled. But that we will see next class, okay? Now I am not sure whether next Saturday there will be a class or not. Next Saturday is 4th, okay? I may have a meeting I can't avoid. Anyway, I will put it up in the groups, whether we are having the class or not. So please check the group before you join on Zoom. Yeah, okay. Friday, Sunday it is on, that's not an issue, but only Saturday. Okay, yeah. Good place to stop. So now, some of you I will not see before New Year. So Happy New Year, enjoy yourself, have fun. Okay, good place to stop. Oh, that's it.
Happy New Year.